Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Let me explain. What you just saw is 18 months of animation progress, but it didn't go the way I planned. Let's take it from the top. A year and a half ago, I decided to learn animation with no experience, no art school, and just curiosity and, well, YouTube. My goal? Learn enough to bring my stories to life and document every... Well, you know the story. You're here for the progress and to gauge how much you can improve too. Well...
Man, let's get straight to it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
My first big project was a fight scene, and I was so hyped, but when I finished it, something felt a little off. The timing wasn't right, the characters felt stiff, and I realized I didn't really understand animation yet, let alone drawing. So I went back to the basics, the 12 principles of animation, and I studied squash and stretch, anticipation, follow through, all the good stuff. At first it felt slow, kind of like I was moving backwards. Eventually, it started to click. Principles became second nature. In fact, I gained so much confidence that I started a series called Animating a Short Film. Ambitious? Yes. Cringeworthy drawings, animations, and series title? Absolutely. But having learned those principles, the difference was remarkable, at least in my opinion. Then came the middle stretch. That part of the journey where progress is harder to see. I tried everything. A slime animation, food being tossed in a pan. I started focusing on tiny stories instead of perfect drawings. And yeah, I burnt out. More than once. Animating is hard, especially when you're learning alone. In fact, I burned out so hard that while making my animation about burnout, I burnt out. Which brings us to today. It's a remix of all my old animations with all my new knowledge and skills. Yet, when I finally felt like uploading something somewhat complete, it flopped. Hard. And that stung. I thought I finally nailed it, and maybe I did in some ways, but here's what I realized. Success isn't always visible. Sometimes the biggest win is finishing the thing at all. You don't need talent, you don't need fancy gear, just time, curiosity, and maybe a little coffee. Thanks for following my journey, and if you want to keep going with me, hit subscribe. Drop a comment, and maybe share your own progress. I'd love to see it.